there. I'm so glad you could join me for Storytime. I am your Storytime reader, Ms Nikki. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome. Today's read aloud is titled 10,000 Dresses. I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I do. The reason why I enjoyed reading this book is because after I was done reading it on my own, I kept thinking about the main character, whose name is Bailey, and how she was feeling. I thought about how I would feel if I were Bailey, and what would I do if I had a friend like Bailey? And that's what a good book does. It makes you think long after you are done reading. I hope this book leads to thoughtful and inspiring conversations with your family, friends, and teachers. Let's begin. 10,000 Dresses. Story by Marcus Ewert and illustrations by Rex Ray. Every night, Bailey dreamed about dresses. A long staircase led to a red Valentine castle. On each stair was a brand new dress, just waiting to be tried on. 10,000 dresses in all, and each one different. The first dress was made of crystals. When Bailey slipped the dress on, the crystals clinked against each other like millions of tiny bells. And when sunlight hit the dress just right, rainbows jumped out. With all her heart, Bailey loved the dress made of crystals that flashed rainbows in the sun. When Bailey woke up, she went to find Mother. Mother was in the kitchen cutting out coupons. "Mom, I dreamt about a dress," said Bailey. "Uh-huh," said her mother. "A dress made of crystals that flashed rainbows in the sun." "Uh-huh. And I was wondering if you would buy me a dress like that." "Bailey, what are you talking about? You're a boy. Boys don't wear dresses." "But I don't feel like a boy," Bailey said. "Well, you are one, Bailey, and that's that. Now go away and don't mention dresses again." Bailey went to her room. Now she would never have a dress made of crystals that flashed rainbows in the sun. That night, Bailey walked right past the crystal dress and went to the second stair. There was a dress made of lilies and roses. When she slipped it on, she saw that the sleeves were made of honeysuckles. Bailey picked a few of the blossoms to taste the little drops of honey. With all her heart, Bailey loved the dress made of lilies and roses with honeysuckle sleeves. Bailey woke up and went to find Father. He was in the backyard pulling up weeds. "Dad, I dreamt about a dress," Bailey said. "Uh-huh," said her father. "A dress made of lilies and roses with honeysuckle sleeves." "Uh-huh. And I was wondering if you could grow me a dress like that." "Bailey, what are you talking about? You're a boy. Boys don't wear dresses." "But I don't feel like a boy," she said. "Well, you are one, Bailey, and that's that. Now go away and don't mention dresses again." Bailey went to her room. Now she would never have a dress made of lilies and roses with honeysuckle sleeves. That night, Bailey walked right past the crystal dress and the dress made of lilies and roses and went to the third stair. There was a dress made of windows. One window showed the Great Wall of China and another the pyramids. With all her heart, Bailey loved the dress made of windows, which showed the Great Wall of China and the pyramids. Bailey woke up and went to find her brother. He was playing soccer with some kids. "I dreamed about a dress," she told him. "A dress made of windows which showed the Great Wall of China and the pyramids." "You dream about dresses, Bailey? That's gross. You're a boy." "But," Bailey said, "but nothing. Get out of here before I kick you." Bailey ran and ran. She ran all the way to the end of the block until she came to a house with a big blue porch. An older girl was sitting there with needles and thread and old sheets. "What are you doing?" Bailey asked. "Making dresses," said the big girl. "But it's really hard. Mine all come out looking the same." "Maybe I can help," said Bailey. Bailey told Laurel, the big girl, about the dress made out of windows which showed the Great Wall of China and the pyramids. "That's awesome," said Laurel. "But how do we make a dress out of windows?" "We'll use old mirrors instead," said Bailey. Together, the girls made 2 dresses, which were covered with mirrors of all shapes and sizes. "These dresses don't show us the Great Wall of China or the pyramids," said Laurel. "No," said Bailey, "but they do show us ourselves." "You're the coolest girl I've ever met, Bailey," said Laurel. "Hey, do you think you can dream up any more dresses?" Bailey grinned. "I think I can dream up 10,000. The end. So, in this book, the main character, Bailey, is a boy, but identifies himself as a girl. Every night, Bailey dreams about beautiful, magical dresses. But sadly, when Bailey tries to tell her family about her dreams, no one wants to listen because Bailey is a boy, they say, and boys don't wear dresses. My hope is that this read aloud leads to many thoughtful and inspiring conversations with your family and your friends. But I'm going to keep it real with you for a minute. Sometimes having conversations about gender identity may be difficult for some people. They may not understand, or they may not really have enough experience to be able to understand that gender is much bigger than the binary we talked about in our previous read aloud, which was titled, "It Feels Good to Be Yourself," a book about gender identity. Do you remember? If you have not heard it, please go back and take a listen. Okay, so when people don't understand, they get frustrated, and sometimes they get angry. This can be very scary, and it can make you sad. But I want to make sure that you know, if you come across people who don't understand your gender identity, it is not your fault. It is not your fault. You have not done anything wrong, and you don't have to change who you are. Don't stop being you. because you are wonderful. What we all need to do is keep reading, keep asking questions, keep learning, not only about ourselves, but other people too, so we can understand and celebrate who we are and our differences. I am glad that Bailey found Laurel. Always find people who make you feel good about yourself. Surround yourself with people who are rooting for you, who are cheering you on and lift you higher. Keep shining your light because you were born to make an impact.